Hi, fifth grade. So this is week 5, day 1. So our objective for today is I can use multiplication to connect volume as packing with volume as filling. So what that means is I want you to think of the word packing is going to be like when we are using cubes. Okay, so this is like cubes. Okay, and something solid. And filling is going to be liquid. Okay. So for our daily fluency, we're going to fill in the table counting by 100 cubic centimeters, and then we're going to count by 100 milliliters. All right, so for 100 cubic centimeters, obviously what would come next, we're just counting by hundreds, is going to be 200 cubic centimeters, okay, and then 300 cubic centimeters. This box is way too tiny for me. And then 400 cubic centimeters, and then 500 cubic centimeters, and 600 cubic centimeters, 700 cubic centimeters, 800 cubic centimeters, and 900 cubic centimeters. Okay, and then at the end we get to 1,000 cubic centimeters. All right, so same thing on the bottom. You are going to start with 100 milliliters and then count by hundreds. So 200 milliliters. All right, 300 milliliters, 400 milliliters, 500 milliliters, and keep going. They gave us 800, so this is going to be 900. And then we know that 1 liter is the same as 1,000 milliliters. Okay, so we're going to come back to this chart. This chart's going to be useful later. So, but looking here, I can see that if 100 cubic centimeters is the same as 100 milliliters. Okay, so we're going to talk more about that after we finish the fluency. So going down, we're going to find the volume. So remember, your volume formula is volume equals length times width times height. Okay, so on this first one, we have a length of 4 centimeters. We have a width of 5 centimeters, and we have a height of 2 centimeters. So I'm going to come down here and write my equation. 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters times 2 centimeters. 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters is going to give me 20 square centimeters. And then I'm going to multiply that by 2 centimeters. All right, when I multiply 20 times 2, that's going to give me 40 cubic centimeters. So the volume of this prism is 40 cubic centimeters. All right, on the next one, I can see that they already gave us the base here. The area is 12 square feet. All right, so if they already gave us the length and the width, which is how they got the area, then all we have to do is multiply that by the height to find the volume. So at the bottom, I'm going to write my volume equation, which is going to just be 12 square feet, because again, they already gave us that, times 9 feet. Okay, and if you don't know what 12 times 9 is off the top of your head, that's okay. You can go off to the side and solve it like this. All right, and you should have gotten the volume is 108 cubic feet. Okay, those are the end of our fluency. Okay. All right, so we can go to the next page. Oh, it's not the end of our fluency. Okay, sorry. We have 2 more. All right, so here we have 3 centimeters, the width is 3 centimeters, and the height is 8 centimeters. So I'm going to say, all right, my equation, volume equals 3 centimeters times 3 centimeters times 8 centimeters. Go ahead and solve that. Press play when you're ready. right? 3 centimeters times 3 centimeters is going to give me 9 square centimeters times 8 centimeters, right? And I know that that's going to give me 72 cubic centimeters for the volume. Okay, ready for the next one? Again, this is one where they gave us the base, so that means they multiplied the length times the width here to get the area of 40 feet squared. And then we have the height, or I guess here they kind of multiplied the height times the length. And so we have our other side here. So for my volume equation, I'm going to say V equals 40 square feet times 7 feet. Okay. We can use that base fact to help us solve this. So our basic fact here is 4 times 7 that we can pull out, which is going to be 28. And then we're going to multiply by 10 because we have the 1 0 in 40, which is going to give us 280 cubic feet as our volume. Okay, remember if you need the anchor chart, you can go into Microsoft Teams and they are posted there under Files. You can find all of the anchor charts you need for any of the math skills. I uploaded all of them, even the ones that we may not have gotten to yet. All right, and the volume one is definitely in there. Okay, so in this new learning, it's telling us that one interesting fact in the world of math is that 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. So remember, cubic centimeters, this is going to be like the cubes, something solid. All right. So cube, which is solid. And then milliliters, it measures liquid. So this is going to be a liquid. So anything like water, juice, soda, anything. Okay. So if you have so you probably don't have centimeter cubes at home. If you do, great. It's just telling you that you can prove this by taking a container and filling it with water, and then you can take out a measured amount of water, like however much water you put in, and if you add that many cubes, it'll be the same. Okay. All right, so this page is the new learning. It's kind of just the explanation. Okay, so looking here, it says for the next example, we can use what we've learned about solving volume. So here I have this fish tank, and they're saying the length is 15 centimeters, I'm sorry. The width is 10 centimeters, and the height is 10 centimeters. Okay, so to find the volume, they multiplied the length times the width times the height, and they found out that this volume, the volume of this fish tank, is 1,500 cubic centimeters. Okay, well, if 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter, then that means if it's 1,500 cubic centimeters, the volume is also going to be 1,500 milliliters. Okay? So the volume, the question that they had asked was, what is the volume of the water in the tank? And they said the volume is going to be 1,500 milliliters. Remember, if you're talking about liquid, you can't say that the volume is measured in cubic centimeters, right? We're talking about liquid, and we measure liquids with things like liters, milliliters. Okay, so we have to say, okay, the volume of the water in the tank is going to be 1,500 milliliters. Okay, now it says, all right, the next problem says, after a week, water evaporates out of the tank. So now the water is 9 centimeters high. So remember, when we started, the tank had a height of 10 centimeters originally, right? But now some of the water evaporated, and it tells you here that evaporation is the process of turning a liquid into a gas or a vapor. And so now it's only 9 centimeters high, right? That's the new height. So what is the volume of the water in the tank now? Okay, so it explains it down there. Since we lost some of the water, we need to determine how much is left. So the water level went down 1 centimeter. Okay, so they poured out one layer of the volume, right? So you lost 15 centimeters, which was the length, times 10 centimeters, which was the width, right? Times 1 centimeter of height. That's how much was gone. That's in one layer. So they said, okay, if you multiply all that, 15 times 10 times 1, you're going to get 150 cubic centimeters. Okay, and remember, 150 cubic centimeters is going to be the same as 150 milliliters. So if you subtract 150 from the original 1,500 of the volume, there's going to be 1,350 milliliters of water left in the tank. Okay, I know that's a lot of information, so let's see if we can apply some of it. Okay, so here they said the tank shaped like a rectangular prism is filled to the top with water. Okay, so I see that this tank is 13 centimeters long, 8 centimeters wide, and 10 centimeters tall. Okay, so it wants to know, will the beaker hold all the water in the tank? If yes, how much more will the beaker hold? Okay, if not, how much more will the tank hold than the beaker? All right, explain how you know. So again, it's telling us the volume is the length times the width times the height. So it already gave us what we need to do to figure out the volume. So we need to multiply 13 centimeters times 8 centimeters times 10 centimeters. Okay, so we can start by multiplying 13 centimeters times 8 centimeters. So I'm going to go up here and set it up. 13 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So that's 104 square centimeters times 10 centimeters. Okay? Now we're going to multiply 104 times 10. So I want you to imagine that the 104 is moving to the left one place on the place value chart. If you need to draw a place value chart, you can. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. All right, so that would mean that we have 104. And if we move everything one place to the left because we're multiplying by 10, we now have 1,040. So this is going to give us 1,040 cubic centimeters. Okay? So let's think about this. So we know that since 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter, this is going to be the same as 1,040 milliliters, right? But this beaker only holds 1 liter of water. So now you need to do some converting, all right? So 1 liter of water is the same as 1,000 milliliters, okay? So if this can hold 1,000 milliliters and we have 1,040 milliliters, will the beaker hold all of the water in the tank? No, right? It's not going to. So if no, how much more will the tank hold than the beaker? So I see those words, how much more. That tells me I'm going to be finding the difference, so I'm going to be subtracting. So the tank can hold 1,040 milliliters, and the beaker here can hold 1,000 milliliters. So that means if I subtract, the tank can hold 40 milliliters more than the beaker. Okay? Going down to write your statement, we said the beaker does not hold the water in the tank because, and then you can write your statement. The beaker does not hold the water in the tank because the beaker only holds 1 liter Okay, write your statement and then go ahead and move on to the next page. Okay. So first it says we're going to find the volume of the prism, then shade the beaker to show how much liquid would fill the box. Okay. So we're going to write our equation. I can see that our length is 15 centimeters. Our width is 3 centimeters. And our height is 5 centimeters. All right. I know that 15 times 3 is 45 square centimeters. If you don't know that, you can work it out in the standard algorithm. And then we have 45 times 5. Okay, coming over here, 45 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So this prism has a volume of 225 cubic centimeters. So if the volume is 225 cubic centimeters, I know that's going to be equal to 225 milliliters. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, all right, how can I shade this in? Okay, I see that it's going by 50, so if this is 200 and then it goes, there's a line and then it's 250, I know that halfway between 200 and 250 is going to be 225. So I'm going to say right about here, right to this line, is how much water there is in the beaker. Okay. On the bottom, it says, what conclusion can you draw about 1 cubic centimeter and 1 milliliter? All right, so think about what did we talk about? What was the whole point when we were doing this lesson? What did we learn? That 1 cubic centimeter and 1 milliliter are what? All right, and hopefully you remember that 1 cubic centimeter and 1 milliliter are equal. And you can write that on the line like you're supposed to. Okay. All right. If you need the volume or the conversion chart, go ahead and look in the files section of Microsoft Teams. I think I already said that. And if you need any more help with this lesson, just go ahead and reach out on Instagram, Microsoft Teams, or call or text me. All right. See you guys later. Bye.